salt and vinegar in this video. It's so bad. Well, I'll take care of these. He has any extra. It's on. Only 2 weeks. These are really good. You know what? I like these. You know what
Wow, this is the first time since 2014 that we're back here for the staff concert. We welcome you all here. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful evening. Thank you. Before we start, we'd like to do a simple land acknowledgement. And we acknowledge that we live, play, work, create on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and Métis. We are very privileged and we are grateful, and as we come here, and we look forward to caring here, and we look forward to caring more and more for the land and the water as we develop programs and buildings and a place for people.
Here, here. Thank you. How many people haven't been to an AlgomaTrad staff concert before? Holy jumping!
Wow.
Where were you?
Wow.
Where were you? 21 years. Here we are. Well, thanks for coming out. This is the what we call the AlgomaTrad Center there. By the way, there's bathrooms back there. There we go. There's somebody using it. There we go. There's somebody using it. You can show. They're showing you right now how the door works. They're showing you right now how the door works, and how somebody else is lining up now. So there's a line up, and then if you do need something else, there is washrooms on site, but we don't have a very large capacity in our septic system. That's why we need to try to use the outhouse as much as possible. But isn't it nice? That's like the first thing to talk about is like the stuff that you need to do. Anyway, since some of you may not don't know, this is Julie Schreier, of course, and
And this is Pat O'Gorman.
And we're the founders and artistic directors of this organization, and we started this is our 21st year. It's an amazing place. We started out here renting the site from the Algoma Music Camp, and then we eventually had the opportunity to buy the property. Supporters of ours actually bought the property in 2016, and we've been developing a plan for it since then, and that includes, of course, building this beautiful outdoor pavilion in 2018 and 19 with help from the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and putting close to $1 million or over $1 million into the main hall in terms of structure, bathrooms, kitchen, all kinds of new stuff up there so that we can go forward in the future and have programming all year long. And then next year is going to be the dance hall build. That's named after Dan. It will be named for Dan Gorno, and he loved puns, so dance hall. And he was a dance caller and a potter. And it's going to be on top where the barn used to be. The barn had seen its day, but you'll be happy to know, those of you who are local and remember that barn, because it's close to 100 years old. It is a barn again. It is a barn over on Deborah Lake Road, not too far from where we live. So the Mennonite community came over and took it down. And you got to see that thing. That you got guys on Crocs on the top of roofs 50 feet in the air, and not a worry, right? We've done this before. We know how to do this. Anyway, though, the idea is, of course, to develop a year-long center with programming for everyone. The property extends to beyond that fence there to Dan Tulloch's property there. And so there's 50 acres, and we have a permaculture plan. One day we hope to see, well, this is the beginnings of a garden over here. And did you want to say something? Yeah,
yeah, it's just the beginning of a kitchen garden, and what we have there right now is a green manure crop, which is a buckwheat, which we'll mow down or put down, and we'll just keep doing that until the soil improves.
And hopefully in 10 years you'll see fiber-bearing animals here to support fiber workshops. Dance Hall will have 4 studios underneath for woodworking, kind of hand woodworking, and ceramics and fiber and all kinds of different stuff. We already have a small blacksmith workshop, thanks to Dennis Frechette from the Sioux, and that's been going all camp, and we hope to build a blacksmith building as well as another major woodworking building and many, 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 many more things. So we're always fundraising, of course, and we will be doing another big fundraiser this year. We raised $400,000 about 3 years ago amongst our supporters, and that leveraged $3.65 million of government funding. So it's been really a great success thanks to you guys. So, but we haven't stopped asking, just so you know.
And just as you went by, you may have seen a bunch of timbers near the bottom of the driveway. There was a timber framing workshop going on right now in traditional joinery with Rob over here. And Rob will be very much involved in the dance hall. Will be a community build, which means timber framers will come from all over to participate in the raising of dance hall, but also people will come to learn, and it'll be an 11-day event. And if you want to know more about it, it'll be a wonderful celebration, hopefully happening in 2025.
With your support, of course. Okay, I think we should move on to the concert section. Now, the staff is a wonderful staff, and each one of them could probably do a whole evening of music for you. But this is just really a taste of the AlgomaTrad staff. They're wonderful people. We ask people to come to this camp not solely because they're won awards or they're the best player or whatever, but because they're people and people musicians, and we ask a lot of them, and they're here putting out just about 24 hours a day. I think by the end of the week it pretty much is 24 hours a day. They're people who are approachable. We don't believe in a hierarchy here. Age groups mix with age groups, and people mix with people of all sorts, and musicians, and the musicians mix with the people, and it's all just one big community, and that's what we're trying to do, is build community here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing out like groups of 4 to 6 musicians, and this kind of kitchen party style where they'll share the stage, and sometimes they'll play together, and sometimes they'll just do something in solos and duos, and so that's the setup for the evening. And we won't have a break. There is merchandise at the back for many of the musicians. You can get up and walk over there anytime you want to. And so we're going to start with one of the best fiddle players, actually, you'll ever hear, actually. One of the best fiddle players in the world, and he happens to be a Canadian by the name of Shane Cook. And you've heard him here before, of course. He was here a few weeks ago. And who here has Shane as a teacher in their classes? Yeah, isn't he good? Okay, good. Glad to hear it. And then with him is Darren Schott, wonderful guitar player, mandolin player. Grew up playing bluegrass music, played with the Good Brothers when he was like 16 years old or something like that. Arlo and Jim Quilley. Arlo and Jim are from the Quilley family from Elora, Ontario, and they started playing when they were very young, and they're already quite accomplished players. And of course, with them is Joe Phillips, and Joe Phillips is we sometimes call AlgomaTrad because Joe ends up playing with everyone. He's one of the best bass players you'll ever hear. So, without further ado, folks, can you put your hands together? What's that? Are you talking to people? Violette. Bonjour, Violette. Comment va?
And just one little thing, if your water bottle...
Boy. Okay. Good. Alrighty. Here we go.
get Darren to lead one here. It's a great David Grisman tune. It's called EMD, Eat My Dust.
Well, hello there. I'm going to sing a song. Sun comes up, it was blue and gold. Sun comes up, it was blue and gold. Sun comes up, it was blue and gold. Ever since I put your picture in a frame, I come calling in my Sunday best. I come calling in my Sunday best. I come calling in my Sunday best. Ever since I put your picture in a frame, I'm gonna love you till the wheels fall off. Oh, yeah. I love you, baby, and I always will. I love you, baby, and I always will. I love you, baby, and I always will. Ever since I put your picture in a frame, ever since I put your picture in a frame, ever since I put your picture in a frame.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if I'm meant to be speaking or not, but Jim and I have a couple of tunes for you. The first one's a Brian Piquel tune called Pierre's Right Arm, and the second one's Polly Put the Kettle On. After much deliberation, we decided that's the name, and we've been begging for Joe to play with us. He finally said yes, so thank you.
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. I was like, can I play with you guys? That's what it was. thank you so much. I think we're going to leave the stage here, and I think there's more to come.
Great. Pretty good way to open up the show, eh? Those guys are pretty hot. I just wanted to mention that Jim Quilly is, we are very, very fortunate to have some members of our staff come as volunteers. And actually, Jem called earlier on this week. We needed Arlo for piano and for uilleann pipes. And it's always a real difficult thing to choose all the staff and get enough staff to serve all the needs of our campers. At the same time, being aware, we try to pay everybody well, and hopefully they feel that way too. and you need to kind of be careful of how many staff you have. We could have lots, and we already have 20 to 25. But thankfully, some of them come as volunteers, and I just wanted to let you know that Jim Quilly is one of them. He came as a volunteer this year, and he's helping out with some of the dance classes, and of course, he's a wonderful musician. So thanks a lot, Jim. Also, we just when we're getting set up here, we just wanted to. We're going to be throwing a few thank yous out there in the world. We don't mean to exclude anybody, but we'll never get everybody's names. An organization like this in a week like this, where 160 people come to a campus, is a fairly major undertaking, and there's a lot of people involved, and there's a lot of people that do many little things, and there's some people that do many very big things too. And I first of all like to thank our summer employee Tori Graisley, who's just been an incredible, amazing help. All right, so we're going to continue now with some people who have been coming to camp pretty much all their lives, actually, and are now teachers and supporters of the organization. Of course, our very own youngest there, Anya Schreier-O'Gorman, on the fiddle. And I know she doesn't like me to say stuff like this, but she went to the Canadian Grandmaster Fiddle Championship in the East Coast last year and came 6 out of 35 people, so pretty darn good. She's actually just really a wonderful musician, and has been so from a very young age. And another fella who has been here since I think 10 years old, 8 years old, came the second year actually. The whistle never left his mouth. He played whistle in the food line. He played whistle in his sleep. He played whistle everywhere. And now he's just one of the finest whistle and flute players in Canada for sure. There's no question. He's creative, an incredible whistle and flute player. He's far surpassed where I will ever get to in my lifetime. So, I think we'll just go ahead. I think you guys are you guys gonna start off? Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's what it says. That's what we're going to do. All right. Eli Howard and Anya Schreier-O'Gorman. Eli comes from a family that has been a major force at the AlgomaTrad over the years. The Howard Cooper family, their mom Ruth Howard started a company called Jumbly's Theater many years ago, community theater, and Ruth has done amazing work here over the years. And Steve Cooper's always ready to take a bunch of kids and have a blast of fun with them. He's the master of the water slide that we have on hot days, and it's for adults as well. It's a sight to be seen, I can tell you right now. But some of their and their daughter Shifra has been here and has always done amazing work with children. But this year we asked Shifra to be the camp director, and needless to say, as with all the Howard Coopers, she's done an amazing job at what we've asked her to do. So I'd just like to thank Shifra very much for that amazing work. She's a natural at it. And so Shifra is going to give us a song right now. So Shifra?
Hey, this is Harp Slid in Yiddish, or in English, Autumn Song. Autumn's here, and what was green is gold and bitter. Autumn's here, the summer's at hand. I thought somehow that it would last forever. I thought I held forever in my hand. Oh, the leaves are falling. Oh, the days all slip away. Oh, the fog is in the valley. How can November ever turn to May? Birds are heading south outside my window, and the wind lets out a low and lonesome cry. It whispers how it wishes it were somewhere far away, where summer warms the sky. Oh, the leaves are falling. Oh, the summer days are gone. Oh, the fog is in the valley. So how am I to know what road I'm on? Rain beats down like racing wild horses, falling to the ground so dark and cold. It asks me why I'm waiting for the springtime, when fall is where the year spins all her gold. Oh, the leaves are falling. Oh, it's darker every day. Oh, the fog is all around me. So how am I to ever find my way? Oh, freundliche Blätter. Oh, fliehende Tee. Oh, wie welches der Blanchen. Wenn sliche die der Neppel auf mein
Great. We're going to, Anya and Julie and myself, we're going to play a couple of Brian Pickell tunes for you. Brian was a composer, is a composer of great Ontario and Canadian fiddle music, and he was with us last year. He has a pretty bad turn in his health, and we featured him last year here and had a really wonderful celebration of his life and his work. So we continue to try to play his music and his tunes. He's a great writer of music, and so we're going to start with a waltz that he wrote for some friends of his. It's called Bud's Waltz. It's the Mr. and Mrs. Bud, Bud's Waltz. And then we're going to go into a couple of jigs that he wrote. The first one he composed in the style of Jean-Paul Loyer, who was another composer from Quebec, and it's kind of a French-Canadian style jig, and then into a tune that he wrote when he was at our place many years ago when we were making maple syrup, and he called the tune Sap and Brandy. Guess what we were doing? No, I'll stand. That's good, yeah. There we go. Let's just start. Great, thanks very much. Thanks to Anya and Eli and Schiffer and Julie. And we're going to get another group of people up here while we're doing it. Somebody check that car. It's not my car. It better not be yours, Rob. Thanks very much to all the folks who helped out by offering trailers or billets for musicians and other people. The Boyer family, the Whitley family, the Lamberts, the Martin family, Heather Pepper, and Norma Griffin and Robert Janzer. Thanks very much, folks, for lending us stuff so that we can get all the overflow. And since we made the renovations upstairs, we no longer have as many rooms, so we're definitely always looking for spaces, comfortable spaces for our staff, of course, and we really appreciate the offering of all that. You might notice a coyote wandering around here. She's not a coyote, she's our dog. She's the camp dog. Been here for a few years. So they're going to get mic'd up here. And I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves. But they're all folks that have been to AlgomaTrad numerous times. We value their professionalism. We value their passion and their expertise. All of them do so many things: singing, guitar playing, art, dancing, you name it. These guys are great, and they're just wonderful people to have here. Lots of experience here on stage. So we're just about to turn that over to these guys are ready. So I'll let you guys take it away.
Okay, that's good. Hello, what a lovely evening. My name's Ian Bell. I think I'll introduce my friends as we go along. And this camp's a great camp. There are dances. There are contra dances and square dances and all kinds of dances every night. And that put me in mind that they happen right behind us in the pavilion. And it always reminds me of the square dances. When I was in high school, there was a fellow named Tom Arthur that had old-time dances in his tobacco pack barn on Jenkins Road in between Scotland and Oakland, Ontario. And no uproarious applause at the mention of either of those villages, I noticed. But they were great dances, and they were on nights just like this. On an August night, when the moon is high, stars are bright in an August sky. If you want to go, drive you down on a gravel road at the edge of town. There's a dog barking on the ridge. Listen to the frogs as you cross the bridge up the lane into Arthur's farm, where the lights are blazing in the barn. Fight your way through the door, half the county's on the floor. Dip and dive, shuck and jive. If the band slows down, you can yell for more. Tune up the fiddle, rising up the bow, chicken in a bread pan, kicking up dough. Shake a shoe till your feet are sore. Tamarack her down on the old pine floor. Ba-da-li-da-dum, ba-li-da-da-da, da-li-da-dum, ba-li-da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-ba-da-di-da-da. The band knows how you want to feel. They play blue suede shoes and the St. Anne's reel. String of pearls, sweet and slow, Dusty Miller and Tobacco Road. When the party's done, the night is still. There's a place I know up along the hill. Fireflies dance, crickets play, and we won't go home till the break of day. Ba-ya-da-bum-ba-dee-do, zee-ba-da-boo-bum-ya-bum-ba-doo-dow, row-ba-da-dee-dow-dow-dow-dow, row-bum-bow-dee-do-bow, ree-ba-doo-da-dee-ya-ba-ba-ba-doo-dow, ba-ba-da-dee-dow. Fight your way through the door, half the county's on the floor. Dip and dive, shuck and jive. If the band slows down, you can yell for more. Tune up the fiddle, rising up the bow, shaking in a bread band, kicking up dough. Shake a shoe till your feet are sore. Tamarack her down on the old pine floor. Tamarack her down on the old pine floor. Tamarack her down on the old pine floor. Thank you. I'm going to turn things over to my pal John Mayberry, and we've been pals for a long time. John's a great singer. He's a Morris dancer, but we don't talk about that outside of certain circles. And up at AlgomaTrad, he's leading mummers plays and singing and all kinds of things. What do you got?
Well, Ian and I have been doing a morning session on finding harmonies. So just singing songs and letting people find their own harmonies and giving some tricks and techniques. And yesterday morning, as I was trying to think of a song to have people accompany, I heard the sound of the forge from Dennis's blacksmithing work. And I realized that I have a blacksmith song. And Ian's already warmed you up with some nonsense lyrics. This is a great song. It's about a blacksmith. It's got a great chorus, and you will love getting a chance to say the words Twanky Dillo over and over, and no one knows what they mean, so you can mean whatever you want. Here's a health to the jolly blacksmith, the best of all fellows. He works at his anvil while a boy blows the bellows, which makes his bright hammer to rise and to fall. There's the old coal and the young coal and the old coal of all. Twanky dillo, twanky dillo, twanky dillo, 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 dillo. And he played on his merry bagpipes, made from the green willow. If a gentleman comes with his horse to be shoed, he will make no denial to 1 pint or 2, which makes his bright hammer to rise and to fall. Here's the old coal and the young coal and the old coal of all. Twanky dillo, twanky dillo, twanky dillo, 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 dillo. And he played on his merry bagpipes, made from the green willow. Here's a health to the pretty girl, the one I love best. She kindles a fire all in her own breast, which makes his bright hammer to rise and to fall. Here's the old coal and the young coal and the old coal of all. Twanky dillo, twanky dillo, twanky dillo, 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 dillo. And he played on his merry bagpipes, made from the green willow. Here's a health to our king, and likewise our queen, and to all our royal family, where'er they are seen, which makes his bright hammer to rise and to fall. Here's the old coal and the young coal and the old coal of all. Twanky dillo, twanky dillo, twanky dillo, 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 dillo. And he played on his merry bagpipes, made from the green willow. Green willow, green willow, green willow, 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 willow. And he played on his merry bagpipes, made from the green willow. Good singing, thank you.
Dory Cumming is on my far left, your far right. Lori's teaching dancing up here, various sorts of dancing. She does clog dancing, English style clog dancing, and Canadian, really sort of really old time Canadian step dancing and sword dancing. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna do the mulligan reel.
What's a mulligan reel?
Alec Mulligan, can you hear me? No.
Grab a mic. Just step up for a moment. This is worth hearing.
Is
There
that
we
better?
go. Yes.
Okay, so Alec Mulligan was a teacher, but he was a dance caller and a folk artist, and he collected a whole lot of steps when he was working in lumbering camps in Ontario, various places. And at these camps, they'd get people coming from all over to work at the camps, but in the evening, they weren't logging, they were kind of sitting around, and so steps would be traded. So the Irish would have some steps, and the French Canadians would have some steps, and the English would have some steps. So his style is sort of like putting all of those together. And I learned these steps from a dear person named Kate Murphy.
Yay. That one is the vocal mic. All right, technicalities. Martha Cooper is teaching banjo here. Are you teaching flute as well? Not this time, but she plays flute really well too. And she's a dance caller. She lives around Peterborough, although she's originally from my neck of the woods. Back when I started playing square dances, I used to play square dances for her dad, who is a great caller. And what do you got?
going to play a Gillian Welch song called Winter's Come and Gone, and I've asked these lovely folks to sing on the chorus. You may also sing on the chorus, please, if you happen to know the words.
Thank you. More to come.
Of course, we have some more thank yous while the next group is getting ready here. I'll turn it over to Julie here.
Well, first of all, we'd like to thank Adam Iredale Gray, who's just been a phenomenal sound tech all week. This is a big, huge job here, and it's beautiful. I don't think he. Anyway. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
There we go. Now you're good.
We get a large group coming up here. We'd also like to thank some of the volunteers who have helped us get ready for camp. Some of them who worked all year and cleaning and organizing and helping with whatever. And then as we get closer to camp, of course, the whole thing picks up a bit. And we'd like to send special thank yous out. A lot of people have helped, and if we can't get everybody in, we certainly have the people who went above and beyond the call. Julie Corcoran, of course, is the #1 volunteer. She's here all year doing a lot of work. Bob Pinder, amazing amount of work here, hard worker. Al Tithcott, the Graisley family, Jean and Ed Arthurs, Andrew McKay, who helped when I asked him 2 days ago to make this stage. He did it, put it together. He's cut an amazing amount of grass around here and just been super helpful. Carl Bergout, who's not here this year, great fiddle player who was our camp director last year but has worked all spring helping us get the registrations going and a lot of the stuff on the website. Mary and Steve Schneider and all the auction committee and Sylvie and let's see, who else have we got here? Peter Wells also. Thanks very much, Peter, for all your help and input on everything. And you guys close? Or, you guys good? Almost? Okay. Not all plugged in yet. We'll get the band. They're a big band. We get the big band. So the auction committee, if you don't know about it, we have an online auction which goes till Friday night. There's some really wonderful things there to bid on. Just if you go to the website, AlgomaTrad.ca, you can find out more information there, or you can go to 32 auctions and find AlgomaTrad. And there are things like stays at Frontier Cabins. There's a tune commissioned by Shane Cook. There's artwork. There's all kinds of different things there that could interest you. So if you want to check that out, that would be a great way of supporting it. It supports the Nicholas Mazer Bursary Fund, and that fund is important for making the programming and events that we have affordable and for all ages, families, and individuals who'd like to come to camp. So it's an important fundraiser for us every year. Of course, we'd like to thank our board who supports us and guides us, and we just shout out to all of them. And all of them live around here, so they're not here tonight, but they're just fantastic. So a big hand for all the volunteers who helped get this place ready. And then during the week, there are so many people that come and either give a little bit of time in the kitchen or give a lot of time in the kitchen, and they're all volunteers. And just a shout out to Donna Forster, Amanda Moss, Liam Koo, Jennifer Kotick, Nika, and Angela DeGuss, and Linda Henry, Ann Davies. A huge amount of work to feed 160 people 3 meals a day. So a big hand to them. And it's very special. I'd like to just acknowledge, this is the first year Jane Wildman hasn't cooked for us in a long time. She's teaching full-time now and asked to step back. But she's cooked for us a year. In fact, she was one of our first chefs, and I think she delivered one of her children 2 weeks after camp, I think, or something like that. It was really soon after camp, about 20 years ago. And Grace and Abby says that she's been coming to camp before she was born, which is true. And Jane, your work has been incredible and appreciated. And please put your hands together for it. And Eli, we were looking for a new chef, and Eli said, I have a friend, a couple of friends, and Eli found us a really wonderful new chef who's stepped into the big shoes. He is there, just amazing food, amazing presence in the kitchen as well. Calm, collected, professional, and fun, all of those. And you have one of the cutest daughters anybody could have. And a pretty handsome husband, too. I always like French guys. I've always liked French guys. I like French girls, too, but I like them all. Anybody French. Are you guys ready, finally? Okay. All right, I'll turn it over to these guys. Huge group. Okay, yeah, well, I'll do the first introduction, and then you can take it from there, James. How about that? And another volunteer staff member who's actually been coming for years, and he says to me every time, and we say, we don't have any expectations, Paul. And he says, whatever you want, and if you don't want, that's fine. I'm going to be there. And so we put him to work every year, including, it gives me a break. When we first started, I used to always play bagpipes to tell people that breakfast is ready, and so Paul, when he started to come to camp, took over that job some mornings, which is great for me. And but he comes and he teaches pipes and whistle and Bowerin, and he's always volunteer, and we really appreciate that. And he's going to start this off with a piece of music on the border pipes or small pipes, and Paul McClellan, all the way from Pembroke, Ontario.
Thank you, Pat. Just want to say a couple words about the piece I'm going to play. This is a very special place for me. It's a very special place for all of us. And three of us started in the same year. So I believe it was 2010. Leah, Joe, and I, that was our first year. And the tune I'm going to play, very, very special to us. And it is a tune we've never played at the staff concert. It's a tune that Leah and I got together, instantly connected, love Gordon Duncan tunes, and love layers of sound and textures. So this isn't a particularly fast toe-tapping reel or jig or really complicated, but it is melodic, like is so amazing, and just got such emotion and feel to it. So it's a sleeping tune by Gordon Duncan. And we played it for the first time at the Variety Night that year in 2010. And I played with fiddles before, but I've never played with bass, cello, fiddle, all these lovely people here. And I, when I'm playing, feel like the sound is just giving me a big hug. So we're going to try and recreate some of that magic tonight. And Zach, I see you there. Zach was with us as well that night. So Zach, we miss you up here, but you're part of it, part of the magic. Thank you.
This one might work, yeah. Thank you, Paul. Beautiful. Next we have, I think, a first time a teacher here at AlgomaTrad, Eric Bleach. And you are teaching guitar, I think, and
teaching guitar.
Guitar, and is a songwriter, and is going to sing you a song that you can.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, and everyone who's specifically come up and welcomed me. Thank you for making me feel at home. I have the great pleasure of being surrounded by a cocoon of strings as well. This song, it's about giving up bad habits that maybe you like to hold on to. And it's about the end of a relationship. And it's set out on the Leslie Spit in the east end of Toronto, where we dumped all the garbage from all these giant construction projects, and nature has come in and taken over. It's this beautiful, thriving wetland. And the beaches there populated by these small stones, and when you look at them closely, you realize it's all brick and concrete and asphalt, and that's the world where this song lives. I smoked my last one today, out on the Leslie Street Spit, standing on a man-made beach of discarded brick, polished by the lake. It felt just like an ocean. May not know the stakes, but I have a notion. And my friends say you can't play the game without causing a commotion. You held my hand as the sun went down over the silhouette of our city. And the wind blew cold. You slipped a hand in my pocket, still had that old electricity. And looking at you, the golden light adorning, I wish we could ignore the hazards and the warnings. But you can't forget the coyotes in the evening and be a rabbit in the morning. I smoked my last one today. The last time I'm gonna quit. I know I've said it before, but this time it's gonna stick. I was caught up in the wave that hit me like an ocean. I didn't know the stakes. I was chasing an emotion. Friends, I gotta say, you can't make a change without causing a commotion. And the sumac grows, and sumac grows, and the sumac silhouette of our city, under the silhouette of our city, still had that
you so much.
I think it's my turn. A-tunes, yeah. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm James Stevens. And yeah, I've been coming here since I think the first camp, yes. So I missed one in 21 years. And I'm as grateful as ever. I just love being here. So we're going to play some tunes that I learned here, actually, from a wonderful Quebecois fiddler and tune composer named Claude Methet, who came and taught here for a couple of years. And I'd like to introduce, on banjo, my dear friend Kate Weeks. Yeah. Who is here teaching for the first time, teaching guitar and banjo and songwriting. Here's a waltz in 5 for the venturesome waltzers amongst you, and then a tune called Real Robin. No, no. Now, well, thank you very much. And now we're going to get Leah Kirstein has been teaching at camp for how long?
This is my 13th
13th year, and is such a gift to our community. A wonderful teacher and musician and just agitator in the musical community and creator of community, who runs a great fiddle group in Toronto called World on a String. Yeah. Oh, and then I should introduce again Adam Iredale Gray, who's doing many jobs here, running around, doing a wonderful job of doing sound, and is also a wonderful musician. He's playing guitar here, also a very accomplished fiddler. And I think, Leah, are you going to lead some tunes? From yeah. You could even say this stuff.
Here at AlgomaTrad, and we've been hanging out a little bit at the Toronto Bowfolk Society. A bunch of you may remember Vinta inciting absolute dance riots here. Last year, the year before, when was it? All the Algomas are mushing together in a beautiful way. But yeah, we're going to play a few tunes that we learned on the dance floor at the Toronto Bowfolk scene. A beautiful waltz from Brittany, the northwest corner of France, which has deep Celtic roots there. And then we're going to melt into Ridet and a brand new tune written by Alan Mackey. Yeah, we'll take these tunes for a spin.
Leah's getting her shoulder rest from the back. Thanks to James for taking over on sound. Yeah, I've been having a fun time mixing the show so far. But now I'm going to play guitar, and Leah's got her shoulder rest. Is this your third instrument that you're playing in 3 songs? Yeah, perfect. James, it's the one that says Leah.
Thank you so much to Anya and Adam for playing with me. Such incredible musicians. Holy smokes. And now we're going to welcome Kate up to the stage. This is Kate Weeks, everybody.
All right. I've been working the last decade or so. Most of my summer months have been spent working as a canoe and hiking guide in the northern part of Canada. And I had the opportunity to paddle on the Keel River, which is in the Northwest Territories. It's a raucous whitewater river that flows into the Mackenzie. And this next song was inspired by flipping on an eddy line toward the end of the day. Lightning flashing, thunder roll, Mackenzie lowland taking home. I will not cower at your breath. I who suffer find peace in death. Blow your whistle, call my name. You and I never be the same. Cut the rope, let go your grip. Cannot save a sinking ship. Lightning flashing, coming down. Silken satin, stay my gown. Muddy water, rising high. Bow your head, boy, as I drift by. Rope and saddle, come undid. Horse thief night and a drowning kid. Tattered tarpon, loose and hip. Try to save that sinking ship. Blow your whistle, call my name. You and I never be the same. Blow your whistle, call my name. You and I never be the same. Make an offer of broken bone. My resistance now exposed. Wager I lost the river's still, so I surrender to the kill. Patch the hole and mend the sail. Grab the bucket, start to bail. Grab the gun'll make the flip. I'll abandon the sinking ship. Lightning flashing, thunder roll, Mackenzie lowland taking home. I will not cower at your breath. I will suffer, find peace in death. Blow your whistle, call my name. You and and I never be the same. Cut the rope, let go your grip. Can I save a sinking ship? Blow your whistle, call my name. You and I never be the same. Cut the rope, let go your grip. Can I save a sinking ship?
Thank you.
Please, let's welcome to the front of the stage, who's been Adriana Chicon, who is, this is your second year teaching here? Yeah. And I think comes originally from not too far from here, presently lives in Halifax. You want to tell them what you're...
We're going to play two tunes. The first one is a polska from the playing of Harald Hogard from Denmark. I believe it was written by Morten Højrup, and it's called Lys Polska. And the second tune is Confidence de Louis Pitou. And Leah and Adam are going to come and play with me. It's such a treat.
So I'm up here now, so I can't really tell what it sounds like out there. Can you guys hear Adriana's fiddle? Is it good? It's loud enough? Okay. You can hear Leah's fiddle too. Great, they're about the same volume. Cool, thanks for mixing the show, guys.
Thank you, Adriana, Leah, and Adam. Our group is going to do our final number, led by Adam on fiddle. Sorry. I came up with our band name, but I forgot to mention it. I did an acronym of all the first letters of our last names, and we are B. McSwig. So, on behalf of B. McSwig, thank you so much for being such a lovely audience. We're not the last thing, though. There will be a grand finale, which I think is mustering right behind us. So, as I mentioned before, Adam is a wonderful fiddler. Okay, there's going to be a little tuning. So, I think he's going to play a couple of old-time American Appalachian tunes in this lovely cross-A tuning. Yeah, and I think one's called Richmond, the other's called The Ways of the World.
All right. Adriana and I lived together in 2011 in a weird house in Boston with a bunch of other fiddlers. And that's how I know Adriana. And then I got here, and Adriana knew all those people that I knew from other places, and we all know the same people, but we haven't seen each other in like, I don't know, 10 years? No, it's less than that, but pretty much 10 years. Anyway, it's very good to play with Adriana again. Hopefully you can hear my fiddle.
It's a case of like the shoemaker's daughter goes barefoot. The sound man gets no sound check.
Yeah, we're going to play a couple of old-time tunes.
Now for our big finale, I think. Yeah. Well, everybody come out here. I thought I heard like a jet airplane or something.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up now with everybody up here playing some tunes together. Yet again, another big hand for all our staff members and their wonderful music. And I have some. I'd like to thank as well support from some of the island businesses and people, St. Joseph Island Coffee Roasters. Thanks very much to the Island Clippings who have done many articles and support us with a few breaks on some of our advertising. And St. Joseph Township itself has been supportive over the years and letting us use the showers down there. If people need to go have a really good shower, they can go down there to the Centennial Grounds. And all the use of the Centennial Grounds over the years for our concert, but we really are happy to be back here at the AlgomaTrad Center and presenting the music here on the site that we lived in for a week. So, as well, I'd like to thank Suzanne Hansen, our board member, who came early this year and made 300 servings of granola before the camp and just helped out around. I'd like to thank my sister Yvonne Kulowick, who comes up every year to manage the kitchen. The board, all our board members, of course, who help out during the year. Steve and Mary Schneider, Michael O'Gorman, Samantha Jaguar, Eli Howard, who's here. You've heard him earlier on. He's also here as a volunteer teacher, comes every year as a volunteer. And Amy Reich and Barb Willoughby, our chair, works very hard. She's actually at her daughter's wedding out in Newfoundland this week, so is not here this week. But throughout the year, huge amounts of support and great card games. I think that Barb and Julie are leading in the euchre tournament against me and Steve right now, but we have a few months left of the year. Some other people that helped out, I'd just like to just throw out some names here of people who came by and helped to set all this up. Caitlin Kane and the Najwan family and Adam, Steve, the government of Canada, to try to stream our concerts, and so this is like the fourth one we've experimented with this year, and I'd just like to thank a local girl, Kayla Bishop, who has took all the courses that we were able to present all year for the last year training, well, year and a half, and is now actually the person who's doing the streaming for us. And we'll continue to try to do that, and so that people elsewhere can just check in with us and see what we're up to. And we have a large and wide network of people. There's hundreds of people that have come to this camp over the year from all over the world, and they love to check in if they can't make it and hear what's going on. I think I'm pretty close. Are you guys relatively close to being ready back there? I would like to say it is dark out, so be careful going to your cars, and also please be careful. It's very packed in the parking lot. This was the first attempt we wanted to try. Obviously, we need more parking, and hopefully that'll happen over the next year and a half. And anyway, just be careful going out. It would be nice not to have any fender benders in the parking lot. But you're also welcome. It's going to take us about a half an hour to change over and get the dance going, and probably about half an hour, 45 minutes to make the switch with the sound and stuff. So, but you're very welcome to stick around for a dance if you'd like. But otherwise, really appreciate y'all coming out, and hopefully we'll see you again next year here at the Algoma Trad Center, or at our summer series concert next year, or during the year at our dances and some of our other concerts and workshops that we present during the year. Other than that, I think we're finished with that. And Julie, you got anything to add? She's saying thanks very much, and we'll just continue. If we forgot your name somehow and you really helped, we do really appreciate it from the bottom of our bottom of our hearts, and whatever is our bottom of our helps. Yes, that's the, yeah. So, who's leading this, and what are we doing? And we're doing a waltz. A waltz clog? Ah, and we have a dancer. Lori is back to dance, and then we're going to do Buffalo Gals, Appalachia, the banjo players are going to, the Buffalo Gals are going to take over. And then we're going to finish with a Scottish reel, is that right? Siobhan O'Donnell's, yeah. It's not really the name, but it's sort of, well, it is, but anyway, you're right, it's not Scottish at all, it's Irish. What am I saying? I don't know anything. I'm gonna go get a bagpipe. I'll see you in a bit.
Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon?
Thank you, Machiko, for the Highland dancing. A big hand for Machiko there for the Highland dance part of the thing. Thank you very much, folks. Thanks to all the staff. See you again. And stick around if you want to dance in a little while. We've got to move a bunch of mics and speakers, and we'll be with you back in a little while.